Welcome back to Bike Culture Hub, the home of everything motorcycles and cars. Today, we're diving into a legend that's making a powerful comeback in 2025, the Kawasaki KX 500. There are motorcycles that define a generation, and then there are those that transcend time, resurrected like legends from the past with the kind of fire that can only come from decades of myth and mechanical glory. The 2025 Kawasaki KX 500 isn't just a motorcycle, it's a phoenix rising from the ashes of two-stroke domination, reborn with a modern twist, yet still gloriously raw at heart. This isn't a bike that follows trends. This is a bike that spits on conformity, throws roosts in the face of complexity, and demands everything from the rider who dares to tame it. The KX 500 was a beast in its day, a rip-snorting, earth-shattering two-stroke monster that carved out a fearsome reputation in motocross and desert racing alike. And now, in 2025, Kawasaki has done the unthinkable. They've brought it back. Not as a nostalgic tribute or a museum piece with turn signals, but as a full-fledged, competition-grade machine. Brutally powerful. Purposefully simple. And every bit as unruly as its name suggests. From the first glance, the new KX 500 looks like it means business. The design is lean, sharp, and dripping with aggression. It sits tall, with that classic motocross stance upright, commanding, ready to launch into the air at a moment's notice. The bodywork is unmistakably modern, with Kawasaki's latest factory racing graphics stretching across angular shrouds that slice into the wind. There's no fluff here, no unnecessary plastics, no overdone tech interfaces. Just pure race-bred design. Every curve, every edge, is carved with purpose. And beneath that minimalist, weaponized frame lies the soul of the machine, a liquid-cooled, 499 cubic centimeters two-stroke single-cylinder engine that might just be the most exciting thing to happen to motocross in a decade. This isn't just a warmed-up version of the old mill. Kawasaki has completely re-engineered the power plant for 2025, giving it modern internals, electronic power valve control, and fuel injection, yes, fuel injection on a two-stroke. It's a revelation. Gone are the days of boggy power bands and jetting nightmares. In their place is a throttle response so crisp, so ferocious, it feels like you're hardwired to the crankshaft. Power delivery is still that signature two-stroke explosion, sudden, violent, addictive, but now it's more linear, more controllable. Which doesn't mean it's tame. Far from it. Twist the throttle, and the KX 500 responds like it's been waiting for this moment its entire life. The front wheel lifts without permission, the rear tire claws at the dirt, and that unmistakable two-stroke bark fills the air with the kind of mechanical symphony that four-strokes just can't replicate. It's loud, unapologetic, and emotionally intoxicating. The power band is wide, stretching far beyond what most riders will dare to explore. Mid-range hits like a hammer, and top-end rushes with a violence that reminds you this is not a beginner's bike. What makes it even more insane is how light the whole package feels. At just over 230 pounds wet, the KX 500 is shockingly agile. Kawasaki has put it on a revised aluminum perimeter frame that shares its DNA with the latest KX 450, giving it superb torsional rigidity without sacrificing flex where it counts. It feels planted at speed, stable in the whoops, and responsive in the corners. The front end tracks like a laser, while the rear stays composed even under brutal acceleration. For a bike with this much power, it's remarkably manageable if you've got the skill. Suspension is handled by the latest Showa kit-inspired components, with massive 49mm coil spring forks up front and a fully adjustable rear shock out back. Travel is generous, damping is razor-sharp, and the adjustability lets you fine-tune the ride for everything from tight MX circuits to wide-open desert runs. This isn't a suspension setup that requires babying, it thrives on abuse. Smash it into a berm, launch it off a table, drop it into a whoop section at speed, this bike just soaks it up and begs for more. Braking power is equally confidence-inspiring. Up front, a large 270mm pedal disc with a twin-piston caliper delivers sharp, progressive bite, while a 240mm rear disc gives plenty of control for sliding into corners or managing steep downhill sections. Feedback at the levers is precise, allowing aggressive riders to push the limits without overcooking the brakes. And thanks to the bike's light weight, it never feels like you're fighting momentum, it stops as eagerly as it goes. One of the boldest moves Kawasaki made with the 2025 KX 500 is its complete rejection of rider aids. No traction control. No ride modes. No electronic safety nets. This is a machine that demands respect. It doesn't babysit you. It challenges you. And for experienced riders who know how to dance with a fire-breathing two-stroke, that challenge is exactly the appeal. Every corner, every jump, every throttle input is a test of skill, timing, and guts. And when you get it right, when you nail that perfect launch out of a berm or land that massive jump clean, it's unlike anything else. Ergonomically, the KX500 is all about control. The seat is flat and narrow, making it easy to move around on the bike. The wide rental handlebars give excellent leverage, and the adjustable triple clamps let you tweak the cockpit to suit your style. Grips are grippy, the foot pegs are wide and aggressive, and the overall fit and finish are top tier. There's a simplicity to everything, but it doesn't feel cheap, it feels focused. Fuel capacity sits at 1.64 gallons, which isn't massive, but it's plenty for moto sessions or shorter enduro stints. And let's be honest, you're not buying a KX500 for long-distance rides, you're buying it to tear up tracks, sling dirt, and go wide open until your arms give out. The tank, shrouds, and seat flow together seamlessly, giving the bike a cohesive feel whether you're standing through rough terrain or seated for flat-out blasts. The sound this thing makes is another part of the magic. That high-pitched, angry snarl of a two-stroke at full song is goosebump-inducing. It echoes off hillsides, bounces through trees, and lets everyone within a 2-mile radius know something wicked just woke up. For riders raised on the subdued growl of four-strokes, the KX500 scream is a reminder of what real motocross used to sound like. And with modern sound tuning and exhaust design, it's not just noise, it's music. Kawasaki has also taken durability seriously this time around. Improved crank bearings, forged internals, and advanced coating technologies mean this engine isn't just powerful, it's built to last. The gearbox is a slick-shifting 5-speed unit, with beefed-up components to handle the abuse of hard launches and high-speed downshifts. And maintenance, while still more involved than a four-stroke in some ways, is made easier by thoughtful access points and a cleaner overall engine layout. Now, about the price. For 2025, the Kawasaki KX500 comes in at a base MSRP of around $12,199. Yes, that's a premium price. But consider what you're getting: a completely reimagined two-stroke legend with cutting-edge components, race-ready performance, and more raw fun per dollar than almost anything else on the market. There's nothing else like it in showrooms today. This isn't just another dirt bike, it's a piece of high-performance art. And that brings us to the real essence of the 2025 KX500. It's not built for everyone. It doesn't care about mass appeal. It doesn't offer compromise. This is a machine for riders who want to experience the full fury of motocross the way it used to be: untamed, unfiltered, and unforgiving. It's the ultimate expression of Kawasaki's racing heritage, wrapped in a package that blends nostalgia with bleeding-edge performance. For the purists, the thrill seekers, and the adrenaline junkies, the KX500 is a dream reborn. For everyone else, it's a reminder that motorcycles don't have to be polite to be perfect. Sometimes, perfection lies in chaos. In that sudden snap of torque. In the sting of roost to the chest. In the sound of a two-stroke charging up a hill at full throttle with no mercy. The 2025 Kawasaki KX500 doesn't just bring the legend back, it kicks the doors open, throws a smoke bomb into the room, and screams its arrival at the top of its lungs. And if you've got the skill to handle it, this bike will give you the ride of your life.